let's see. So, for some reason, that affected a bunch of different people's storylines. So, you know, I'm just so tempted to see what Bring It On does, honestly. But I'm pretty sure it just involves me dying terribly, So I'm kind of curious how in the world that's affected a bunch of people's storylines. Because I can't really think of how that really affected it. Hopefully it just ends up making it where we can get to the end point really fast, quickly for him again. But his timeline should be fixed now, because he's not going to run into Edo. And he's not going to get taken under security into a lab. So, instead of being the scientist, I'm wondering what's going to happen now. Just a tiny bit. You know, I've only died, nearly died. And then when you count every other time he died in an alternate timeline, I mean, what, he died like 4 times? No, from car explosions. I mean, how many times could you nearly die? You look like a train wreck. Great, now I have to deal with them again. Now the question is, why does she think her father is dead? That's the thing I'm confused about. Because everyone else knows it's the at least the police confirmed it was the scientist's assistant. So I don't get where she got the idea it was her father. Wait. If only there was a way to get these 2 goons killed really early in the game. It could have saved everyone so much trouble. Honestly, just never get involved and quit as little as possible. I understand some people sometimes have to do it, but honestly, if you can avoid it, it's just the better option. It's rarely a good thing to ever use all the time. What, you're gonna make me pay his loan? It's not like it's my responsibility. I'll put the magazine out and that's it. Yeah, because according to your logic now, it's basically done. Why would you want his daughter? What are you gonna do? Just put her, like, you can't just put her to work. Doesn't sound good to me. Well, that's one way to get, I mean, you can't legally do that. I'd sue them with that kind of shit. I was like, are you trying to say you're gonna take me to court and try to put those on me? If it's gonna take that long. Can't we just call it even? Can we just call it even? I'm gonna die horribly doing this. And then I sue him. An owl? I I mean, how much debt can he possibly fucking have? I mean, did he just... Is it one of those situations where he just kept getting money to keep his company open? I mean, to my understanding, that was kind of the issue with Toys R Us at this point. Or should I say was? He's a pretty strong smoker. I'm assuming the TV's gonna say who's Willie. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't imagine a lot of people in Japan liking him. I mean, in my understanding, Japan publicly is usually pretty quiet and to themselves, so... So what, we all get to know the story? Oh. And you decide to scream it. So is that why he did a gossip magazine? Oh, he bought... Oh, and that's where the debt happened. He got all the money and bought one. If this takes place, like, in the early 2000s, yeah, that would have been when internet stuff was raising more and more. I don't think they've still mentioned what year this is taking place in. Something tells me his wife fully left him. Called it. So then why is the daughter with him? If she took the child... So they drank the night away. Cheers, and then mistakes were made. It's only been doing stuff for 1 year. Bookstores do not purchase the books they sell, but whether take the... Ooh. Yeah, that's... But hey, wait a minute. I mean, is that for just Japan, or... I would assume that's Japan, because, I mean, wouldn't that mean books would rarely be on sale in brick and mortar type stores? Well, sadly, selling a lot of books is pretty iffy these days. It's gotta be something people want to cherish and show off on their shelves and physically hold. Maybe he should have found some manga. I mean, hell, you think you'd at least do a little bit, because there's always people drawing. So, I mean, you know, you could have maybe do a little book here on the side. So what happened to the missus? Maybe the mother just didn't want to take care of her. It's also odd to hear NCO acting like this, because our experience with her is she's been very non-emotional, so... What did I come back to? You came back to a sob story. Yeah, he's having a flashback about how his boss, or his old boss, got into this situation. What are you saying? My squid candy is bad? But what I don't get is that he said his ex-wife took the child away, then all of a sudden he has her. He just said it's complicated. Yeah. Honestly, I don't get who buys gossip stuff, really. I mean, isn't that basically what Twitter is, essentially? Kidnapping can be complicated. But she's not the one who's been kidnapped. It's always so harsh to people. Maybe she has been plot twist. I don't know. To be honest, some of the plot twists so far have been pretty good. It's all slowly just collapsing in on itself. Well, yeah. New hope in aspirations. Honestly, I kind of don't... Wait. I kind of don't want to see this anymore because I want to play it myself, but it's a longer game than I thought. Every time you think it's coming together, nope. Indeed. Like, there's about 2 times so far we thought we were figuring out, and then it blows another hole into it. Now, I'm pretty sure the game's wanting us to think Ido's father might be the mastermind, but I doubt that. That would be really fucking out of the blue. See, what I want to know is, what I appreciate, this is why I like the Danganronpa games, is they stay very true to someone that you spend most of the game interacting with to some extent being related to the masterminding. So that's what I always appreciate about the Danganronpa games. So if whoever the mastermind is someone we've, say, spent maybe 50% of this game interacting with, talking to, or at least know, then that's the kind of thing I always enjoy trying to figure out. Being possessed by a demon. Was kind of weird the suit messed up on her, though. But really, when you think about it, remember how she had so many alternate happy endings? Like, she won, second winning prize on the ice cream thing. They actually did a successful sale with the promise stone things. That would be weird. But, you see, now that we know she's a ticking viral death bomb, those happy endings kind of take a darker tone now. Especially when they flew off on a plane. It's like, wherever she goes is dead. Fuck you, bald guy. Yeah, I... Fuck you, I'm not paying his debt. What a blow of shit. I agree, games where the killer is some random person you never meet till the end seems kinda hard to care about someone you just... Exactly. I think the mystery, everything that led up to whatever the reason, causes, and outcome are so much more impactful when it's somebody you spent time knowing and possibly trusting or even liking. That's why some people are just in Danganronpa games heartbroken, because it's like either somebody they loved died, or maybe the very person they loved was the actual mastermind. It's like, oh dear, what have I done? My taste. I want to shoot myself. How could I fall in love with so-and-so? How could I? So you're gonna accept his debt. Yeah, how could you like someone Makiwell after you know that she's spoiled and then even spoiled? Well, after the spoil and the spoil, it was really easy to like her, because spoil or spoil You know, I mean, it's very sympathetic, you know, because, I mean, it's just Hokkaido's so interesting about the spoiler. I like Maki. Now, who I personally hated in Danganronpa 3, though, was the what's the dude, with the mask thing? I hated that guy. Fuck you, bro, you creepy ghost weirdo! See, he's a character I hate in 3. I don't particularly really hate anyone in 2, really. I kinda actually liked the entire cast in 2. 3, I hate Leon. I hate Leon in 1. Besides that, I pretty much overall liked all the rest of the characters in the first game. Didn't, yeah. I think 2 had a pretty okay setup and everything. So what, you're gonna inherit Heaven Publishing? But... Is that little goal? Well, actually, wait. This is all kind of pointless, though, because we know from everyone else that the guy in the van, at least according to the police, ain't him, so... So, that makes me wonder what happens... Oh, no. I mean, isn't this a fucking crime here? Now, how am I supposed to stop that? Ooh, please tell me I'm not dead. Oh, no! Fuck. How am I supposed to change that? Oh, I guess somebody probably has to find her. Oh, those are both things that were in Kiyo's fucking... I knew it! This entire time, fucking not telling the public who died fucked me over. I knew it! I knew it hours ago. It was going to be a terrible fucking decision. I knew it. Son of a... Okay, okay. We can fix this. We can fix this. But yeah, how could you not like Tanaka? Why didn't you like it? Eh? Anyway, we always seen this, so we need to get to making the name public. But Gundam Tanaka was like the best fucking counter. I mean, he was mentally unstable because he basically used his fixation on being an evil Dometic overlord to compensate for the fact that he was just a normal person, but... Oh well. Wait, what was it? Okay, I want to make sure that wasn't something new. Anyway. Come on, get on with it. I need to make the name public. So, making the name public, I would assume when the TV was on, would have said the name. You need to make it public. I knew I was going to regret this. I knew it. I was just afraid that my also... I mean, you can't really... like, both directions could have been bad. I mean, I could at the same time see releasing the name somehow affecting it too. Well, I would imagine for him it was going to be the money, is what I would think his connection was. And we gotta go through all this. I do appreciate the fact that the game still makes a to be continued keep out, even if you go down the wrong route. Because on one side, that makes it where it's not obvious that there's something that needs fixed. But on the other side, it's kind of annoying to have to go through all this again. So last time we went and visited his wife. So... I mean, we did get to a to be continued, so I don't see any reason to really go off that. We want to make sure we don't take his daughter to Heaven Publishing. Hand her off to the police. That should fix the journalist story. You know, actually... if there was someone I would say I didn't like in the second game of Danganronpa, it was probably the cook. I don't remember what the hell his name was, though. Yeah, the cook's kind of a dumbass. Okay. Do not take her to Heaven Publishing. Terrible, horrible idea. See, she was so happy in that flashback. Now she's just so, like, lifeless. She almost could be, like, a backup person for the wing. No, not Heaven Publishing. Do not go there. Do not go there. So, have you ever played the Despair Goal game? I'm not sure if you have much interest in that. Oh, and that would be why he called me. Because he heard on the police radio they found her. So he's probably assuming I know that, so... he's like, yeah, go get her and bring her up here. Thanks. didn't give me an option about... Fuck. It didn't give me an option. So, perhaps going to visit the hospital. Well, I'm just wondering if you were interested in playing it. I mean, it's basically a middle story that takes between after Danganronpa 1, but before Danganronpa 2. It kinda does a few things. So going outside, I would assume. So going to the hospital is probably going to lead to the same thing. So I guess call my girlfriend? Maybe that'll do something? And then I get the call from the... Bingo. And then he'll probably be in too much of a rush to notice all. But yeah, the Ultra Despair Goals thing was, it was a different game. I mean, it's basically a third-person shooter. But, like I said, it just mainly connects the scenarios together a little bit. What I think was the most interesting thing, though, it explained... Well, we're not gonna reveal the mastermind, but it explains how Monokuma, the robots, the Monokumas actually get explained, like how they were made and where they all came from. I thought that was something interesting that the game introduced, because I mean, Despair Goals came after 2. Like, 1 and 2 were originally PSP games in Japan. Despair Goals was a spin-off game made for the Vita after 1 and 2 were re-released on the Vita worldwide. So, you know, the franchise had been established for a while. But there was never any explanation where all the Monokuma shit came from. Why is there an infinite supply of them? I mean, when you beat 2, you get an explanation for 2, but in 1, it doesn't make sense how they have infinite Monokumas. So, now Stanley has all. Well, in 2 and 3, basically the endings explain it. Obviously not to explain the ending itself, but I think it's pretty obvious for those. But for one, it does get explained on Monokuma's creation, which applies to all 3 of them. Why there's so many of them, which mainly applies to 1. But, yeah. Point is, that's what I thought was the most interesting thing from the spin-off game. The new characters, like, playing as Makoto's sister, kinda meh. She's just kind of a fan service-y character. You meet characters who are related to the cast of the first game. I mean, most of the new characters ain't really a big thing. The little children, kindergarten, despair kids are kind of meh. After one more hour, which will be about like 15 minutes. So, assuming this doesn't immediately cut out like right now, probably at the end of Kino's little event here. You think he would actually have taken her to the hospital? That way he could have just shot her and then they could have started the operation. Question is, if the person dies, does the virus continue to exist? Does it need a living host? But yeah, I figured I'd finish the last few hours of today with Death Road, and then I'll go check the mail and see if I get Dragon Quest XI in the mail. It's supposed to come in the mail. Then we can see what we can do with Dan about Borderlands. I mean, maybe we could all do an hour or two earlier than usual, maybe, or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. They said the virus she has is a fantasy virus, but they said it's a unique strand of the Ebola virus. So I would assume if the Ebola virus can continue existing without needing a living host, I would imagine it's probably the same. Anyway, this point should be all the same now. So yeah, we didn't even run into her, so that's probably why a lot of people got affected. Six to 8? What time is it now? Because maybe we can at least try, maybe do 1 hour or something. Maybe. Well, we have to see what we could do. Stop being a Dachi. I mean, he really has that head shape of Dachi. It's 1:30. So, so you basically have one. So that'll be 5 to 7. Me and Aaron. Does that sound like some kind of time frame that would work for you, Aaron? To do maybe an hour? Yeah, we know. Your hero destroys you and all. Get on with the be continued! We've always seen all this. Come on. I got other people's storylines I gotta fix too. I can, and I will. Oh, yeah, the flashback. Damn it! See, this is the negative about making fake to be continues and keep outs, because you gotta go through all of this. That's probably my one complaint. There isn't a really quick fast forward option. But, you know, after we got told this, it's amazing how all these characters are almost ill-connected at this point. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, he was childhood friends with Ido's mother, His father was childhood friends with him. She died tragically. It's kind of strange how kids don't know him at all, though. He must have really never interacted with them after her death. It really makes me wonder how the fuck this shit's gonna end, though. Is everyone gonna make it? Is anyone gonna die? Is there gonna be any crazy fucking shit I'm gonna have to do for some kind of happy ending? I don't know. But it just keeps getting weirder. Like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe the mastermind has some grudge against all of them, maybe. It seems too much for all of this to be coincidences. It's just so weird. Like, what are the odds of so many of these things really being coincidences? So fucking terrible. See, that's what I think's crazy. He shot him, then she's like, yay! And then he somehow went and got the knife quickly and stabbed her anyway. Like, he deliberately went, like, wouldn't you just shot him again? So he's going for the knife, shoot him! How did he just take one shot and just stood there? Like, literally watched him go get the knife and then come back and stab her. Like, unless he had one bullet only. What? You know, actually, that's a good question. What kind of guns do Japanese police get issued under normal circumstances? Like I said, they can get, like, better shit for extreme stuff, but they have to go through a whole bunch of crap to do that. You know, I don't know what kind of guns Japanese police have normal access to, actually. I mean, I would think it has more than one bullet in it, I would think. I mean, you think... that's the thing I just find weird about that whole thing. You think you'd just be seeing him be like... take a few more shots at him while he's going for the knife. Shoot the legs, I don't know. It just seems weird. He shot once and that's it. That's it. That's all. This is a very... I mean, admittedly, when we first saw this is very sad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't feel heartless about the situation. It's really very sad, to be honest. I mean, I get what he's doing, but I obviously don't think anyone except for the father would be happy. I mean, I don't see her being happy of them murdering someone. I highly doubt her mother in heaven's very happy about it either. I don't really see that being good. Maybe he barely... What? Tell me your phone went haywire? We were though? I don't know. Now, actually, he knows about the seizure, which is odd because the doctor said he couldn't reach him today, but he called him the previous night. Which actually, you know, now that I think about it, that actually makes it weirder. Because for him to know about the previous night would indicate he actually knows that the kidnap... Ooh, you know, now that I think about it, maybe Ido has more reason to be more worried. See, at first I was just kind of like, oh, he's taking advantage of the whole situation that happened. But now it's like... Since he called the doctor the previous night, the kidnapping happened, like, what, at 9 or 10 or something at night the previous day? So, obviously it hasn't been very publicly done at that point. It wasn't even... Oh, that's the name of a gun. I didn't realize that was a gun name. I'm not a gun person. I have no idea. Kind of weird to have a gun with one bullet like that. I don't know. I might look that up. Be honest. Oh, wait. Oh, that Bonnie. I didn't remember what his last name was. Wait, Bonnie has a gun that only has one bullet in it? Well, to be fair, I think they... You know, I don't think I've ever seen them use guns in any Griffin ever, really. I remember one time, like, there was some guy that Andy, like... shot or something at some gas station. Like, it didn't show it, just he like tried to rob a gas station or something. Andy shot his leg or something and crippled him, and he like sent him a letter saying he was gonna visit, and Bonnie's like, oh, you know what that means. Then he's like, what? He's coming for vengeance. And he like was trying to get the town to like, we need deputies, Andy's in danger. Well, to be honest, considering that episode, I wouldn't blame him. He deputized the drunk and the freaking gas station guy, and they staked out Andy's house and shit. I'm surprised they didn't kill anyone. He would always say, Bill, put your bullet in, but I hadn't seen Andy Griffin in like a bazillion years. I didn't know what Bonnie's last name, or that, I forgot. Okay, never mind. But, yeah, Andy Griffin's the guns, probably, like, one of the weirdest things ever mentioned in it, probably. I haven't seen Andy Griffin in, like, a really, really long time. I don't know. Honestly, I think I will look up what kind of gun Japanese police officers have normal access to. Because I'm kind of curious. Because if it does have only one bullet, that would explain that scene. Because that is the one thing that I'm bothered by this whole flashback. Is that he takes one shot, knife goes flying, and you can't tell me, you can't see, like, fuck, even if it had one bullet, he should have just threw the gun, fucking made a mad dash for him or something. I don't know. I just don't get how you sat there, watching a knife fly in the air, and then he obviously had to have scrambled towards it, grab it, and then run back and stab it. That just seems just kind of... Maybe he's stupid. Could be. Just like in the old Hercules and X-Men show, everyone had a sword, but they never used them. They always... Well, true. Well, I mean, they're being kid cartoons, you know, that stuff usually just make you look more cool. But then again, X-Men has a guy that has blades in his fists, so that one was probably kind of easier for. I mean, I feel sympathetic towards the situation, but I just honestly don't see anyone really being happy about the way of doing this. Oh, Zion. Sigh. Sigh. Ugh. Yeah. I hate this new fucking Twitch layout, I tell you. See, I was just gonna let him one with it. No, that's fine. But anyway, so for another new heal. Yeah, see, former hero. He's a traitor. He's evil. Kill him! And yeah, that worked out just in time. Just made it to the owl. So, next time, I guess we'll get everyone else strained out. And it's taking a lot longer to get everyone to where they can get to the end. So, the journalist is the only one we gotta get strained out. And then we can go to the next owl.